welcome to No Recipe Required. I'm Dave, and tonight I've got a pesto for you. Now this one is not the traditional basil pesto. We've done that on the site before. You can go ahead and find the recipe. What I'm going to do here is actually a walnut pesto with made with walnuts, obviously, a whole bunch in there. That's a pretty strong flavor. To kind of smooth everything out, make it nice and creamy and luscious, we use a little bit of ricotta cheese. It's super simple to make, and the applications, there's a ton of different recipes you can use with this pesto. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's go ahead and show you how to make this pesto. I've got 3 garlic cloves. I'm going to throw in my food processor. And then our walnuts. Obviously, walnut pesto, we need a good amount of walnuts. It's probably a cup's worth, maybe a little bit more, that I toasted off. Toasting brings out that natural, nutty flavor. And then I'm just going to pulse this in a food processor a few times like that until everything is ground down. Not into a fine powder, but definitely into little tiny pieces. Okay, so it definitely helps, to kind of pulse like that. That kind of knocks the walnuts down. And I wanted to get them down to kind of that fine, kind of soft or wet sand texture. Again, not really powder. Think like panko breadcrumbs. And that's really it for the food processor. We're just going to combine this with our other ingredients, and we'll have our pesto. Okay, so I've got our ground up walnuts here. To those, I'm going to add the ingredients to make our pesto. I need a little bit of salt in there, a couple pinches, some pepper. I'm going to add in about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half of chopped parsley, a few tablespoons of Parmesan. Now, ricotta is kind of what holds the pesto together, and I use maybe 50%, maybe a little touch over 50% at least to start, of the quantity that I use walnuts. I'm going to get some olive oil in there. I'm just going to kind of mix everything together here and have it kind of come together, and this is what's going to form our nice pesto. And unlike obviously a basil pesto, this one is largely white, and it's going to look kind of thick like this, which is okay, although I think mine is looking a little too thick. So I'm going to throw in a little bit of olive oil and just maybe a touch more of the ricotta. Okay, so then once you got everything in your pesto mixed together, you want to give it a little taste. Make sure it tastes okay. This one does. And it's thick, but that's totally fine. When you add pasta to it, just add a little pasta water, thins out beautifully. That is how we make a walnut pesto. I will see you next time on No Recipe Required.